transmission fluid. Oh, motherfucker, man. Lane, where is it? What's up, folks? All right, we are here, ready to rock and roll. I'm still looking for a little piece that I need, but we'll get to it. You know how it goes already. We'll get to it. Okay. So, as you know, it's sweat. It's hot in here. It's hot in here, man. I'm gonna put on my little. Where's my makeup team? My makeup team is right here. Hold on. Makeup. You know, those guys on the news, they have their makeup, guys. Get this sweat off of me. All right. Don't worry. I'm working on the AC in this spot. Okay, folks. Welcome back. Welcome to our live little quick repair random video. Now, what we're doing, there's a part I need for something on it. But you know what? Even without the part, I can still show what I need to show. But before we get to that, if you notice at the bottom of my screen here, we have Simplicity. We're going to be selling the Simplicity products. So just kind of give us a few as we get out all of our stuff together on our site and all of our materials together. So we're going to be selling these. It's really probably going to be the main product in our shop, the flagship, and then eventually we'll start selling the cars. But for right now, we're there. Is that cool? And as soon as the rep was at the shop, lady just bought in Simplicity for me to work on, so I'm going to be working on that. Who knows? I may have a video on it eventually. But today we're going to be doing some stuff. I have a Hoover SmartWash. I want to see what's going on with it. I didn't check it out yet, so I'm going to check it out here now with you guys. What else? I also have. I'm gonna be doing something. Normally, I would do this for Saturday. It's a little hack that I'm working on, and I would normally do it for Saturday. Wait for Saturday, but I actually want to do it today. So I'm gonna see if we have time for that. And but you know what? Let's get this motor section out the way also. But before we do that, let me just remind you guys of what we have going on with our merch store. You can go and pick up shirts. And I have a new design I'm going to be putting up there, so kind of look out for that. And also, you can go to Monroevacs.com. I just shipped out a couple of parts, some tanks for Bissell's, also some power switches for the protein. So I've been shipping those things out. So thanks all the guys that's been tuning in, everyone that leaves a comment. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. All right, and we're going to move on from there. But for now, we're going to look at some of the comments that we had. So maybe I can answer some questions. And I think one of those, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with something we're going to be working on today. But let's start with the first one. Okay, so hello. I am putting boiling water in the clean water tank. So the bottom is leaking. What can I do? All right. This is for a, which unit is this? What are we looking at here? Let me make sure I got this video right. What am I looking at here? Hoover tank. Okay. Is that a Hoover tank? A Bissell or Hoover tank. All right. I don't know which unit this person has, but let's start with some basics, okay? Let's start with some basics of what can cause the water to leak. The hot water may have kind of widened the tank, kind of made it a little bit malleable, you know, so you may have created a gap in the seal at the bottom of the tank. Let me see something here. I don't have a Hoover, but I have a Hoover tank from the SmartWash I'm going to be working on. All right, but I don't have a Bissell. I don't have a Bissell tank here. So let's use the Hoover for example, so I can give you an idea what I'm talking about. Well, this is, yeah. It may be, it may not be. Okay. So if your tank is leaking, right? Now, most of these units are built this way. where they have, like Bissell would have a red gasket at the bottom here, but they all use this spring-loaded mechanism here. Okay, so when you press it, it's almost like you're making a space for water to now escape. That's what you're doing when you sit it on the unit. It sits down and it pushes up on this, and now the water can flow out. If your water is just flowing out the moment you put water in, then there's a problem inside with the spring-loaded system. Now, I've messed with this before. I've messed around with trying to seal it up. It's a pain in the butt. I'll be perfectly honest with you, because you kind of have to go from the top also. You kind of have to work from inside if you want to really kind of see. Like, let me see if I could see that. You have to kind of work from inside, and it's not the easiest thing to do, honestly. But you either have two choices. You may have to use maybe almost like a heat gun or hot water again, like really hot water, to try to almost like you're trying to squeeze it back together again. Right? It's a few guys have done it where the tank got warped out of position, and they were patient enough to kind of soften the tank one more time and then kind of push it, kind of force it to kind of sit in place. And then, so there's some guys who've done some. If you're adventurous and you want to try that, you can. But for the most part, what I'm thinking is something happened with the gasket on the inside. Maybe one of the rubber gasket got loose, and maybe when you may have cleaned up the tank, it may have just fell out or something, or you created a space because of the hot water. It kind of widened these things are kind of made real. It's a precision, So if it's tight, and then you put hot water, then it's going to loosen up, and then you're in a whole another situation. So the second option is to replace your tank. Okay. If it's if it's leaking after you put the tank on, that's a different scenario. That's a different problem we're dealing with here. But if it's just the tank, if you put the water in the tank and you've been using hot water, know that that's what happened to your tank. That's why I recommend do not follow those people's advice where they put steamy hot water in the tanks. Okay, so if that can help you, fantastic. Run with that. But if you're not, how's this? I was reading the book. Actually, I had my son listening to the audio book with me this morning, and I talked about the book last week. It's called A Dip, and it's like knowing when to kind of move and do something else. And it's a great book. Check it out. If there was an affiliate link, I would link it to my. I don't have an affiliate link on that one, but it's a cool little book. All right, it's really about knowing when to pause and when to continue. And you got to use strategy when to stop doing something that is not fruitful and when to continue going. Right, but definitely don't continue. Don't quit just because it's hard. You see what I'm saying? So it's a cool little book, and it reminds me of stuff like this. Certain things, certain people make money, or companies make money on the idea that you're not going to go any further. You're gonna kind of quit, right? Let's imagine a gym, right? And you have gym memberships. The guys that don't go to the gym, they only go for 1 month in the beginning of the year. They're really paying for a lot of the amenities that those companies have. So those guys who pay for the gym, that don't go, they're really helping to support the rest of the people that's going to the gym that want the best out of the gym. So it's kind of messed up, but it is what it is. So, certain companies rely on you just kind of paying and then forgetting about it. Okay, and certain companies will build things. Planned obsolescence, they call it, and the idea is that you'll just buy another one. Okay, I'm of the opinion that if you can fix it, fix it. I just did my brakes, and it was the fastest I've ever changed my brakes. Okay, because I had the right tool, and the tool I had is a caliper kind of tool that compresses the calipers back in. And before I was using it, look, let me show you what I was using, which is like like, what are you doing? I was using one of these, right? So I would, it's all muscle. It's like, But that tool, I'm just turning the cal, and this goes right in. I was like, It's amazing when you have the right tools. It'll get the job done, all right? So that was a great lesson for me, because sometimes I try to do it with whatever's around me. So having the right tools is convenient, just like these gloves. I'm gonna have to go get me another packet. This company really need to send me a whole another box of these things, because I use them all the time, and I do promote them because I really believe in this. Okay, I believe in. Let me tell you what I use. I use these guys. Okay, so if I'm smart, I'll put a link. Maybe I can get an affiliate link set up or something like that. But these are the gloves I use when I'm working, if I remember to put my gloves on. All right, let's get started on the first thing that I'm working on. All right, the first thing I'm working on, guys, is this little motor here. I just want to put in a different set of carbon brushes in it. That's all. Okay, and sometimes your motor is not. The motor itself is not bad. It's not the problem. Okay, sometimes you really just have to swap out these guys right here at the end. And we did a video on it last week where we showed you how to clean the commutator, which is this section up top here, because this section really can kind of take a beating sometimes. If you see that copper section up top with the lines on it, and that's where the carbon brushes connect to. And there are times you just have to replace that, and you can save your motor. Okay, especially if you see sparks and stuff like that. So let's get the overhead cam. I'm just gonna quickly replace this this motor here, this motor carbon brush, as part of our deal, and we'll continue. Okay, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments there, and I have my chat open, so if you have any comments and you have any questions, I'll be able to answer it. All right, so here we go. Let's quickly. Now, if you change this, okay, and it's still sparking a little bit, then yes, your commutator absolutely needs to change. Not change, but clean, okay, or even kind of, resurfaced, so it can be a nice flush, clean look. Let me. I'm just trying to get this part out here. I may have to use a needle nose to pull this out. Now, if you start seeing like really heavy burn marks on, let's say, this section here, that you could see like some burns have been going on, that means it's been really kind of jacked up. And sometimes the brushes look fine, but they might be out of line. And because of that, let's say, for example, let me show you. If I could show you here, can you see that? You see the slant on this? Okay, that means the top part of this is touching the commutator, and the bottom part isn't, and that'll create that kind of spark and inconsistency in the power in the motor. Okay, it normally kind of folds in a kind of curved shape to fit the commutator here. If it's correct. So it could be a sign that the commutator itself has grown uneven, especially if it's a machine that's used a lot. Okay, and especially if you use it in a commercial capacity, because you're kind of running the machine a lot more than the average person would on a regular day, right? So let's say a machine is built for a certain amount of hours of use. Okay, and after those hours of use, it starts to break down, like the contacts and all the other stuff, right? Just know that. Just know that's just what it is. Like brake pads. Like I was just changing my brake pads earlier. Okay, the brake pads are like that, right? They wear, okay, and these wear, okay, but sometimes they wear unevenly, all right, and that uneven connection will create sparks and things like that. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. All right. Okay, so there are times you're replacing a carbon brush, and you're like, man, damn, this thing looks brand new. Why am I replacing it? So if you can resurface this, kind of sand it down a little bit, and kind of straighten it out. Okay, but it may still be where you need to replace it, even if you try those tricks and sanding it down and kind of straighten it back out again. It's possible that it works, and it's possible that you just need to replace and put a brand new one in. Okay, all right. And you just want to find the ones that will fit your machine or close enough to your machine. Like some will come with, let's say, like this. You see how this is set up? The other one has these little opening here, right? Makes it easy for you to kind of put the screws through. And some don't need it, right? Because as long as you have this part here, that your clamps with your screw, then it does a trick. Okay? But it has to be the same grade, the same kind of height, designed to handle the same kind of motor that you're dealing with. But if you don't have that one that has that exact opening, don't dismay, you know? It still works, it still fits all the same. It's just that it doesn't have that little deal here. You just have to make sure that they're the same size and they're designed to fit this grade machine. Okay, that's really how that works. Okay, and the same for this one. If you notice, all I'm doing is they're both inserted at the top. Some of them have a prong that sticks out, and you know, like those ones that have the prongs that stick out, then obviously I can't use it for this one. Okay. Okay, here we go. But definitely, man, I realize more and more that the tools that you have just make your job a whole lot easier, man. You know. Okay, so I just replaced these. I'll be testing this motor, and I'm gonna end up using the chalk tool for this one because I don't see any major damage on this commutator. So I'm gonna use that diamond chalk tool, and I'll be cleaning this. So I'm gonna plug it back in, you know, to its proper contacts, turn on the motor, and I'm gonna put the chalk right here and just let it clean this out for me. Okay, and if for some reason I still see like major sparks, then I'm gonna have to kind of resurface. Maybe a part of this might be a little bit higher than the others, and that will result in an uneven contact, and that will result in sparks. So, all right, so that's a little quick tip on this one, and we're gonna move on from here and move on to the next thing. Okay, all right. So I saw a video, guys, and I'm gonna share this with you. Oh, well, you know what? Let me finish up with my comments. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little carried away here, and I forgot about the rest of the comments that we had. So let me see if I can finish up on the rest of these comments. Okay. So I helped the first person. The second person, thank you, sir. Perfect video. This was about changing the Kirby belt. Okay. How to put the Kirby belt on. So if any of you have a Kirby and you want to know how to change the belt, we have those things on our channel. So you can go on and find that video. Easy Kirby belt. What's the name of this one? Easy Kirby belt installation. So you can find that on our channel. All right. So I'll respond to this individual. Okay. Okay. Perfect video. Thanks. Yeah. Most welcome. All right. These are preloaded comments here, but I feel that way, so I can use this one. It's not a fake thing. I'm just gonna add something here. I'm just I'm glad it helped, right? All right, awesome. I appreciate it. All right, so I commented on this person. Next one. All right, thank you for this video. What if water is leaking out the back of the Hoover SmartWash? Okay, so we are right now working on the Hoover SmartWash. That's the next thing I'm going to work on. So let me just stop here then with this video and see if I can help this person real quick before we get into what I'm doing. The Hoover SmartWash I have, the brush stopped spinning. So I really kind of want to dive into that because I'm not sure what I'm going to find when I get into it. All right. And but before I do that, let me see if I can share this. Let me see if I can share this with you guys because I thought these these guys are coming out with some really creative, ridiculous videos, and I just wanna, I wanna see if you guys like this, and while I get my Hoover SmartWash on the desk here, on the on the thing, okay. All right, take a look at this guy here, right? Let me see my little Sasquatch dude. Wait, do I have audio? Let me see. Do I have audio? What is this? No, that's who made the video. I gotta give big up to these guys. Oh my gosh, where's my volume? Let's see if I can do this again. This is funny. Okay. How do I go back? Anyway, go ahead.
Just found this pack of vacuum sealed purple haze forest moss. Gonna roll it up and see where it takes me.
Here, man. I got that unlimited supply straight from that earth herself. Every breath feel like I inhale in the universe, see? This forest got the same heartbeat as me, my brother. We need to find this Jamaica place they speak of. Here say that purple moss there, make your soul levitate.
Oh, this is stupid. So these guys have these apps that create these videos. I've been watching these all week, man. They just have the guys are running away from stuff. You know, they got girls acting stupid, but they're all girl gorillas. So I just, oh my gosh, these people are nuts, man. I tell you, some of the funniest people are online, right? I'll be honest with you. You know, Hollywood is trying their best to pump out some good movies. And I don't know if they got the right writers. I don't know, man. You need to go find some regular guys that are just making content that's just ridiculous. Ridiculously funny, and they entertain me endlessly, okay? So I don't spend all day on these, but once in a while I get a chuckle. All right, anyway, let's get to this Hoover SmartWash. And let me see if I can get back up here. Let's get up here. Yeah, there's a couple things that make me laugh, guys. And sometimes... You know, sometimes guys are afraid to tell people what's funny to them, because I guess they're afraid of what people think of them. Man, I think I've gotten past that point, man. I don't care. You guys, because you're gonna judge us anyway. You're gonna be judged anyway, right? All right, so let's see what's happening. This guy's not turning, and when I try to turn down here, there's absolutely no movement at all. So it could be something simple. But for now, we're going to take this apart and see how far. But before I go there, let's see if I can help this young lady or person. I forgot the name, so I apologize if I say young lady when it's a gentleman. But I believe it's a lady. Let me see. Do I have it back up here? Who said that? Where is it at? Leakin. This is Cassie Haynes. All right, so Cassie, let's see if I can help you out with this, okay? All right, so leaking. Leaking can be a couple of different things, all right? Leaking can be a couple of different things. You want to make sure that the leaking is not coming from this section up top. If you look at my the image up top here, you can see where I'm at. You have your clean water, your solution tank, okay? So you may have to test to see if did my unit start leaking when I put the solution tank on, or did my unit start leaking when I put on the clean water tank? Leave it alone and see what happens. Then press the trigger. Well, not this one, but this one doesn't have a trigger. The water comes out when you push it forward and backwards. But when the reservoir is activated, how's that? When it's activated to let the water out, is that when it starts leaking, right? So so you have to really try to categorize it or break it down section by section. That's what I mean. So you first start with your clean water tank. You put your solution tank in the back. Am I leaking? No, I'm not leaking. Okay, great. Put on your clean water tank on the top. Am I leaking? If it's standing and you're not leaking, okay, great. So these things are fine. Now let me try to shampoo. Now that you're shampooing the carpet, am I leaking then? then you know that the leaking is coming from when the water is running down through the tubing and is going down through the system. That's when you start to find out what's happening. You see what I'm saying? And then, because these you can kind of fix, in a way, right? You can check this and see if this is the problem, right? Which I doubt. I doubt this would be more of a problem. You see the clean water? I doubt this would be the problem most of the time, because you don't put hot water in this, unless some people do. So it's likely not to be defective, this section here, okay? But people do put hot water in their clean water tank because they think the hot water is going to help them clean better. But if you have a shampoo with a rotating brush, you shouldn't need hot water. Okay, you shouldn't need it. Warm water, okay, no problem. But you shouldn't need hot water. Don't worry about it. Hot water, steam cleaning hot water, is really for cleaners that they throw the water in and they suck it out. Okay, that's all it's for. Okay, you throw the water in, it's hot, it's breaking all the oil and all that stuff, and it sucks it right out. They absolutely need that clean water, that hot boiling water, right? The steam. But for carpet like these, like shampoos like these that have a brush that's doing all the work, the actual hot water is not necessary. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, it's not necessary. Don't destroy your tank, because you're gonna end up having to replace a lot of these if you end up using a lot of hot water in these kind of soft plastic type stuff. Okay, because really, if you can kind of squeeze it a little bit, think about it for a second. If you can squeeze it a little bit like this, hot water will definitely deform these things. Okay, and all it needs is a little bit of deforming, and all of a sudden it's not working anymore. All right, let me take these things off so we can kind of tackle this brush problem, and let's find out what's happening, man. There might be something we can fix here, and it might be something that needs replacing. Okay, look like this clamp broke, the part that holds it in, and we have tape on this, but all right. So let's get to it. All right, we're gonna lift these things out. Okay, so all right, it don't look like the brush itself is the issue. Okay, the brushes seem to be fine. There's no melting. All right, same here. There's no melting or anything of that sort. This is still spinning freely, but it's kind of warped. Hold on. Nope, it's fine. It's a tiny warp, but it's not major. Okay, kind of, when you spin it and it goes woo 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 woo, it has a kind of like a warping, like something's wrong. I can feel it in the brush. I can feel it when I'm holding it, and it's vibrating. So the worst thing this will do is create kind of a louder noise while your brush is rotating. Okay, that's really when you turn this, and they have kind of a warp feeling it. The worst thing is you'll have like a little bit of a vibrating brush. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so I'm going to put this to the side. What's next? Well, we're going to have to find a way to get this off so we can see what's underneath, right? We're going to have to find a way. So we have to turn this machine on the back. See that? And take out the million screws that's in the back of this thing. Okay? So let's get to it. Now, what you can use a screw gun for, a drill, use it, and what you have to use regular long screwdriver for, then you do that. So be prepared. You may need a longer screwdriver for some of these areas. All right. So let me move these out the way, because I don't want to mix up my screws with this stuff. Put this over here, and I'm gonna move these guys over here. All right. So let's keep rocking and rolling. Ah, man, I am at work right now. Cannot be disturbed. Not sure. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to shut you guys down. Sorry, guys. Can't take a call right now. All right. Still, my sons and my wife's their calls can come through. Okay, those guys are emergent. Those are priority calls, right? So this has some stuff inside. I just had to clear this out. There's sometimes pet hairs and all that stuff can kind of interfere with your work. Here's another one. Let me get this out of here. Just kind of, see that? This stuff will block your screw. Let's get this out. Okay. All right. Did I take that out already? Oh, come on. There you go. Come on out, man. Stop. These guys have a million screws. You know what? Someone would figure out how to make the next design without a million screws. That guy, we're gonna love that guy. Or girl. Okay. 1, 2. This one is out. Okay, let's see. So we got out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we got this guy out. Did we get him out? 7. We got this guy here. You're out. The back is out. This guy here also, he's out. Anybody else? Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see if we can take this thing off. Okay. Do I have screws underneath? I hope. I forgot if they do that. I hope they don't have a screw underneath the wheel. I forgot about that. I know the Hoover Power Dash does, but I really hope these guys don't. I don't want to go through that right now. So let's see. I'm gonna use a little flathead to kind of get my under the seams and see if I can pry this up a little bit. All right. Let's see what we can do, guys. And again, if you have any questions on this stuff, feel free. I'm here. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can lift this out of here. And if it's not ready yet, then, because again, if I don't work on these every single day, I tend to forget, but I'll work my way through it. Don't you worry about it. That's how we do it, okay? There may be a screw underneath here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there might be screws underneath. There might be screws underneath here, this section. So I may have to get this off. This section here, I may have to. Let me double check before I can go any further. Okay, let me check. Okay, let me see. Pop, pop, pop. These things have, they're kind of clipped in, a lot of them. Okay, and I hope I'm still right on this. Because you would hate to forget, and then you're like, man, damn, I broke the damn thing. I wish I had known. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay, so all these are up, and there's a strong grab on back here. So let's see if we're heading the right direction. And if we're not, trust me, I'll find out. Yep. So this came off. All right. Next up. Okay, so I was right. There are 2 screws back here. Okay. So let's get these screws out. All right, let's get this out. Okay. Fantastic. Hope you guys doing well. Hope your day's doing well. Hope you're not frustrated. Okay. Because that is life. I was, this guy was, I remember talking to a sales guy one time, and we were talking about stress, and he said, man, look, life requires stress, bro. He said some things are you need, like your muscles, you want to work out, your muscle requires stress in order for it to grow. So the best thing is to learn how to handle stress, because it's needed. Not everybody want to hear that news, right? Handle stress, man. I don't want no stress in my life. Yeah, unfortunately, we can avoid it. That's just what it is. Okay, now let's see if my memory is doing good. This section here is giving me a little bit of an issue. So let me find out what's going on. The side with the gear, with the motor gears and the belt. And I might be missing something, so let's see. Let's flip it back around, because this side here came off pretty good. Let me show you. See this side? This side is up, so I'm almost able to take this out. And this side have me working a little bit more, and I don't want to yank it, so I gotta find out what's holding it in. Okay, so give me a moment to see if I forgot a screw, which I doubt, or I just need to do something else. And especially when you haven't done it in a while, you kind of forget certain things. Let me see something. Nope. Let's not force that. Let me see something else. Nope. Not gonna force that. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the deal is. All right. No, because you would think to take these screws out, and I might just do it, but you would think to take these out, but you never know. You know what? Let me take it out. Nah, see, it didn't mess with nothing. It didn't mess with nothing. So that wasn't necessary. Give me a second, folks. Let's work through this. Let's see what we got. And what do you do when you're at home, right? And you want to try this? Well, at least you'll see what the trouble you'll run into, right? Okay. What else? Is there another screw that I don't know about? It might be. It might be a surprise in here somewhere. There's always a surprise, right? Always. Just keep that in mind. Always a surprise. Okay, where are we? Gear. Okay. What's holding us in here? Something is holding on. What's holding on? All these guys are open. You see that? All this is open. All this is open. Let me show you. Come on. All this is open. All this is open. All this is open. And like I said, guys, a lot of my repairs, I do them right on the spot. And if I forget, I forget, and I tell you, I'm very honest about it. And it looked like, yeah, I did forget. So you're gonna watch me. You're gonna watch me figure this out. Yeah, it's holding on tight. What is doing that? What's holding on? What's holding on for dear life? What's holding on for dear life? I don't remember ever having to take this. I don't remember ever having to take this off, but it feels it's over here. It's over here. And where are you? Where are you, guy? Why are you so determined? Why are you so committed to holding on? Where are you? What is doing that? And that could also be part of the problem. It is. Look how it was on there tight, man. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Okay, so this motor is turning. Look at this. Oh, I see what the problem is. Golly. I see what the problem is, folks. Let me show you. Let me show you what the problem is on this particular machine here. Take a look at the gear. This gear is touching right here. This gear is rubbing up against this plastic. So it's not, there's no movement. It looked like it got melted or something. Wow. Yeah, this guy is the problem. This gentleman right here. This is the culprit. Yep, it's off. Look at this. It's kind of sticking out. See that? Let me see something. Let me see something. Is there a screw? Nope, there's no screw. Can it pop out? Can it pop out? Let me see. Nope. No, this thing is on tight. Okay. I may have to. I have to loosen something in order for this to work. Okay. Something's gonna have to. Something's gonna have to give. Let me see what has to give, guys. Hold on. I'll move this guy out the way. I'm trying to keep it in the camera. Sorry about that. Trying to keep it in the camera, folks. But yeah, this problem is a whole nother issue. And so here's the deal. If we don't have this part, this gear, we're shot. Okay? Because when these, let me see if I can get it off. Let me see if I can get it off using my trusty Phillips screw. I tell you, the Phillips screwdriver come in handy for a lot of things. I'm gonna see if I can get this off. There you go. I got it off. Right? And the belt is damaged. Okay. Now look at the position of the belt, by the way, just so. Okay, so the position of the belt, it goes over this one. It comes above this one, with the gears, facing up. It goes under this one, and then it comes around to the main motor gear. So that's how this is lined up. So if you have to take a picture of the position of this, that's what you would do. And then, because sometimes you got to change your belt, and sometimes there's no problem with this, it's just the belt, right? So when you change your belt, you want to know that that you have it set up properly. Okay, so let me just kind of squeeze this. Let me squeeze this down a little bit. See that? And I get this off. Okay? So, this guy is our problem. This is the culprit. This is the culprit here. This guy. Okay? Yeah. And unfortunately, if you don't have a part, if you don't have a replacement, it's shot. It's shot. Okay? Yeah. Actually, I could probably take. Let me see if I can get it away from the main motor belt. Okay, let me get it away from there for a second so we can look at this properly. Okay, let's kind of get this. So I'm just using my little trusty Phillip. It comes in handy for many things. All right. So now let's move this off the table and let's look at this by itself. Okay, because this is our problem. Okay. So, let's see if you can see it. Let's see if you can see the problem. See that? It's crooked. See it? So, ideally, if someone is selling used parts online, but I'm going to check and see if we can find this part. Let's do that live right now. Let's see if I can hunt this part down. I'm going to see if I can hunt this part down for you. Cool. Do a little quick search. Okay. Goggles. I'm not sweating that bad today. It's not as bad as before. All right. Let me see. Let me get to my. Come on, man. My glasses are acting like crazy. Hold on. Okay, great. All right, let's log in. All right, so what's the model number I'm working with here? SmartWash. In the back, you find your model numbers on that identification label. FH 52,000. Right, G. Let's check it out. Oh, gosh. Forgot to put the mouse parts catalog. Give me a moment. I'm just doing a search, and I'll share my findings with you in a second. I just have to go through some of my thing. FH. Did I say 52,000 G? Is that right? SmartWash. Found it. Okay. And I'm looking for schematics, and I'm trying to see. Come on. Trying to see if that part is available. Diagram. Come on. Let's see. No. Okay. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Let's see if I can share my screen with you. Let's see if I can share my screen. Can I share my screen with you? Will it let me share my screen? Come on. Come on. Okay. You see this here? So this let me know what I can order on this machine. Right? Let's see if I can pull this up to the bottom section. Okay, let's do this again. You see this? So I can order, let's say number 13, which are the set of brushes. I can order the tank, right? I can order the tool hose, number 12 here. You know, I can order these things, but take a look at the body. There's no number here, okay? So this is not something that I can actually order for repair, okay? So this kind of repair would either rely on some real clever ingenuity kind of deal, but in this particular case, folks, I don't think that exists for this one. Okay, it may have to go online and see if eBay have one of these things here or something like that, because let me see if I can find eBay. Let's see if eBay would have it. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, so what I'm looking for is a Hoover Power. No, my bad. Hoover SmartWash. Let's do this again. Hoover SmartWash brush gear. Let's do a search. What do they have? Okay, here it is. See that? So somebody is selling this on eBay for $31. Okay, and what's the shipping? $5 shipping, right? Another one, $56. See that? Where sometimes people just have to go online and get these parts used because maybe the rest of the machine broke, and they decide to hold on to this and decide to sell it. Okay, so this one's $29. Looks like it's a better deal. All these are pre-owned. Okay, this one's $32 plus $4 shipping. This is $29 plus $3 shipping, $3.99 shipping, $4 shipping pretty much. 24 with $9 shipping. So you just have to kind of, if you have this particular problem, you go online and you figure out, you know, which one you want to, you know, put your deal on. I guess you look at the ratings and all that stuff for the people, right? But that's the situation we're in. Let me show you why I tell you that this is probably not gonna work with the with just using your own little ingenuity. Okay, take a look at this. See how this is. You see how this section here, see all that plastic right here? Okay, that's all melted. Okay, you see that? See all of this? So whatever's happening under this, all this is melted plastic. Okay? It's not even giving you, like this is giving you a turn. You see the top, see this? And this is like, there's no turn. I can't turn it. I can turn this freely with my finger. Okay. I can turn it freely. Okay. This can turn freely. And this guy's not moving. So this is shot. I was just trying to see if I could pop it out, you know, but this is shot, guys. This whole thing needs to be replaced in order for that to be fixed. Okay, so anyway, we found out what the problem is, and you can do the same thing if you have one of these scenarios and you can't buy it new, so you're gonna have to go to second market. All right, next up. I hope that helps somebody kind of look at their issue. Okay, so now the Kirby. All right. Dang, man. So I had my. This is what happened. I had my neutral selector that I needed for this, and I placed it somewhere, and now I can't find a damn thing. Okay, so I know it's somewhere here, but I just can't find it now. Okay, let me at least show people how to access this if you need to. All right, I've done these videos before, but hey, you know, you never know who's passing through that might need it right now. So I'm doing it again. Okay. Sorry if it's the same old. It's like, Wayne, you did this last time, you know. Let me not mix these up. well, you know, Kirby screws are very specific, so I doubt we're gonna mix it up. Okay. Let me. Is this a 15 or a 20? This is a 15. Fits a little bit, but you don't want to use. Only reason you don't want to use fits because you really don't want it to mess up your bit. Okay, you don't want it to mess up your bit. So 15 can still fit, kinda, but 20 is perfect. Okay, so this is my 15 for the side for this, or if I want to use it for the headlights, but the 20 is for the rest of the unit. Okay. All right, take this off. Let me swap out my 20, guys. Okay. Okay, so we're going this way. All right, this comes right off, and let's explore. Oh, holy cow! Look at this curve. Look how dirty this thing is. It can survive the dirt. Holy cow! Let me. I have my trusty vacuum here. I'm gonna turn it on and kind of clean this up a little bit. So let's see a tech drive. If you notice, the problem with this one is there's no pedal in the back. Okay. Now I showed a hack before. Turn it off. I showed a hack before as to how to reinsert that pedal. You can find it on our channel, but it's a temporary hack. You know, it's not something you kind of want to use because the moment this stuff comes out, it's gonna keep coming out, okay? And you know, there's glue and all that stuff people can use, but to be honest with you, it's eventually is gonna just come right back out again. Okay, so let's take this off. Okay, remove that. You can leave this screw in right now. You only need the 3. Okay, now if it's in drive, it's gonna block the exit. Okay, it's not gonna come out. It's not gonna slide out. So if it's already in drive, you're just gonna have to use a screwdriver and move the selector, a little metal piece on the inside, move it towards the front of the machine. Kind of push it that way, so this can kind of move out your way, and then you can have it drop right out. And you just separate your belt, just slide it off, so it's out of your way. And you get your transmission out, okay? All right, now, or tech drive, you know, it's acting as a transmission. Let's vacuum this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, man, that dip is serious business. That dip is serious business, and it takes being aware. You know, you got to be aware of what you're involved in. Is it? I love the idea when they said there's a cul-de-sac, there's the dip, there's a cliff, and there's a cul-de-sac. And the analogy for the cliff is you doing something that has a kind of a good feeling up front, and at the end you're gonna fall off the cliff, right? It's like doing something illegal or doing something that is only beneficial to you, right? And it's known that it's only beneficial to you, and other people are getting hurt as a result, or being shafted, or, you know, taken advantage of. And then eventually there's eventually you're gonna fall off. There's a cliff to fall off, so you have to be mindful of that, right? You don't don't invest yourself into things where there's a cliff at the end, or at least know there's a cliff, right? I say this a lot with immigration stuff, because people, it's what it is. People don't want to be very practical on it. They just want to be emotional, and it's not even. I swear, it sounds weird. I'm not. It's not even about illegal immigration issue. It's because it happens. People are gonna be here. They're gonna stay a little bit longer. No, it's the fact that if you walk through and you get caught, you're not a victim. You just fell off the cliff. It's like, damn, I thought I was gonna get away with it. But the people that's like, oh my God, how dare how are you doing this to me? No, dude, you took a gamble. You got caught. Suck it up. All right. There's a lot of people that come from other countries that they tried, and it's like, damn it, they caught me. so every country have these laws and all that stuff. Let's not act like America's being as horrible as a result of their laws. All right. So now the way this would work, you see how this is, man. You would just reconnect your. Godly, man, I gotta find that damn thing, man. And I put it where I can. Find it, and then I can't find it. Don't you hate doing that? You put something where you think you're gonna have quick access to it, and then you don't have quick access to the damn thing because you forgot where you put it. All right, and don't say it's aging. Some people will just do that, especially when your brain is trying to. You're trying to maneuver 50 things at one time, and you really should stop and focus. And I think that's what I did, man. I kind of rushed it, and I dropped it somewhere. Ugh. Okay, if you guys can give me a second, I'm gonna. You know what? Let me give you another one of these stupid guys while I go look for this thing, because I want to find it for you. I really do. I want to find it for you. I got one more guy. Hold on. These guys are ridiculous. They're so stupid, man. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. There's another one I play. It's probably going to end up repeating if I take too long to find my part. If I don't find it, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and then we'll do something another time, okay? All right, but I'm going to go look to see if I can get my pedal. I put it down somewhere. It's in a plastic bag. Give me a second, and let's play this. Let's play this crazy clip.
And said, let me tug on that and drink it. Who saw an egg fall out of chicken and said, I'm going to eat that unborn thing for breakfast, wild. First dude to make bacon looked at a pig like, I'm about to slice you into strips and change breakfast forever, and we respect him for that. Think about the first guy who saw a potato, dirty-ass rock coming out the ground. He probably stared at it like, fuck it, let's cook this dirt nugget and pray I don't die wild. Bro, who the fuck discovered milk?
Sorry
like,
for the cursing, guys.
And said, let me tug on that and drink it. Who saw an egg fall out of chicken and said, I'm gonna eat that unborn thing for breakfast, wild. First dude to make bacon looked at a pig like, I'm about to slice you into strips and change breakfast forever, and we respect him for that.
All right.
The first guy who saw a dirty-ass rock coming out the ground, he probably stared at it like, fuck it, let's
man, yeah, he cut twice, man. I'm sorry about that guy. But anyway, I thought it was funny, all right? Don't blame me for thinking certain things are funny. These guys are creating this out of these apps, man. Ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it looked like oh my god, come on, Wayne. You placed this thing somewhere, and now I can't find the damn thing. Oh my gosh. What did I do? Oh, I tell you, man. You know what? I think I need an AI that will remind me. Not just like, you don't want to have to go and hit the AI app to remind you. It's like, hey Wayne, don't forget you put your keys over here. It's like, oh, thanks. But then that damn thing is gonna have to have access to all your info all the time. All right, that's the drawback, right? It's like, God, do I really want this thing following me everywhere, knowing everything? I don't know. then your wife asks you, hey, where was where did you go yesterday? Did you? Oh, the damn thing start telling on you. It's like, yeah, I was at your Home Depot a little bit too long. All right. Well, I guess I'm sorry, guys. I don't have it, but let me see if I can walk you through this. Maybe I can walk you through this to the way I would fix this. Really, all it is that your next part. Let's transfer over. We're about to get out of here though. But the next part, even if all you saw was how I got access to it, it was still a benefit. The next part of this is what you're going to end up doing. You see this section here with the hole in the back here? Okay, so this is the part that's going in here. Okay, and your working pedal with the in the back is going to end up just kind of installing like right where this is, and then you put it in. Okay, and then you'll put your screw back in to hold it in place. If you notice, there's a little tab here. Okay, this little circle right there, and that fits in that little circle section right here when you slide it in. See that? And then you put your screw in, and the screw goes right into this. Keep that guy in place. See that? And then you're able to just install your new pedal and put it right back in. Now when you put it in, you just make sure that you line up your belt, the belt with the gear. Let me kind of give you an idea of what I mean. Gosh, I know it's somewhere. And I'm so not happy with myself right now. You know, and I get really, because when I want to do something, man, I just want to get it done, man. I want to do it. And this thing is holding me up. Actually, I'm holding me up. I'm the one that put the damn thing somewhere and didn't find it. So I can't blame nobody else, guys. I have to blame myself. All right, I think I might have to call. Oh, wait, did I find it? Yeah! Yes! Yes! For those who hung out long enough, I found it. Damn it. Now, I got this is a neutral color one. Okay? So, you get the one with the screw. Sounds like my son is here. Better be my son. Ethan! It better be my son. Sure. I hear a noise. Guys, if anything happened to me, call my shop at like 3:30, 704-776-4752. And said he was filming, and I don't know what happened. He just disappeared. Okay? So you hear a noise. You know when you hear a noise in the middle of the night. So let me show you how this works. You see what I'm doing here? Okay, so this is the new pedal. Okay? And I'm gonna insert it. Now, the only reason you would need to change this metal piece right here is if this part is worn out. You see this little section, this little clip? You see how it has this little metal, it looks like that part is being worn because it's kind of shinier. That's because that's interacting with the gears, and it can wear out. Okay, and the way you know it's wearing out is when you're pushing your Kirby and it's going click, 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 click. That means the gears are touching each other. These gears right here. Well, I'm gonna show you in a second. Let me put this in. I'm gonna install this first. Let me put this in. Okay. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put in my screw, my little the little small screw right here with the little washer on it. Okay. I'll put that right here. Okay. And lock this in. Okay. So now this is here. I can go close, open, close, open. Now, guys, can you see it? Can you see it? Shadow. Okay, that's probably the best spot I can give you with the light. Okay, so when I go to neutral, it's going to disengage the gears from the motor like this. You notice it pulled back? You're looking right here. You're looking at this little section right here. Let me see if I can... Damn, I can't get any closer. Right there, right? So when I press it, it's going to push it in. And when I pull it back, it's going to separate the gears from the motor. From one gear from the other. See that? All right, so now, if you turn this and the gears are like click, 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 okay, then the gears are tapping each other, all right, and that will create that sound, okay, and eventually they'll just start to wear and stuff like that, all right, but just keep that in mind. That's what that sound would be coming from, okay, and sometimes the only reason why you have that sound is because, let me show you what can cause that. I'm almost done, but so, oh. The wrong way. What can cause that sound is sometimes this section right here, let me show you. Right there, this section right here, I'll use this. This section right here is further out. It's starting to get loose, it's starting to come off. If you notice, when we opened the unit, this was kind of sitting right there. See that? Okay? And this is held together with friction and a couple of grooves, and it kind of locks in, but it's not glued in. So it's held together by friction alone, okay, and the grooves. All right. So it won't just spin around in a circle, but it can slide right off. But if you try to slide it right in, back on, it'll just keep coming back off, right? And the hack was to put some kind of liquid resin like in this section right here, and try not to get it back here, because then it's going to get frozen and you can't move it at all, okay? And it's really just to try to stop it from moving any further out, okay? But if it's a little further out, that means you don't have a proper connection, and then it's not properly keeping your gears nice and secure and tight, okay? So that's the purpose of that, all right? Hopefully I explained that properly. All right, so let me put it back in. We put the screw back on, okay? Let's lock it in here. Okay, now it's in, right? And we're going to slide this right back up. Now, let me just take the belt out for a second. Let me move it over. Ooh, okay, move over, all right? And lift up this little bar that you see back here. Just kind of get out the way for a second, all right? And I'm going to push this up in here. Make sure it's in drive. Okay. I'm going to push this back up in here. And then while it's up in here, I'm going to install the belt. If it's already on, you're good. Right? So I'm kind of keep it half. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to keep it halfway down. And I'm going to find a way for it to fit on the back gear. Here. See that? So you just kind of, working it. Now I'm gonna kind of move this out the way a little bit. This guy, I'm just gonna keep him halfway, right about here, so he don't get locked in either way. Okay. All right. So let me try to push him up. That's what you get for doing things like that. Come on, let's not play around. All right, let me pull this guy back out. I don't know what's causing him to get stuck. I may have put him in a little bit slack. All right, so I'm gonna pull this guy up a little bit because again, you don't want him in your way. And come on now, let's stop acting funny. Something is holding me back. What is it? Oh, the cord. The cord is in the way. Sorry about it. This blasted cord. All right, let's get the cord out the way, guys. All right, the cord is in the way. All right, the cord was sitting right beneath the crease of this thing. All right, so now we do that again. So I'm gonna pull this guy up a little bit. We're gonna make sure this guy is in here. So make sure he is flush in here. Okay, and we should be. That's it. So he's snug right here. Let me turn it. Coño. Man. Do it again. I'm trying to do it for the camera, so I'm just a little clumsy. So just give me a second. All right. So this guy is snug here. The belt is on here with the gears, with the motor gear. Okay. and this guy is not trapped down here. Okay, so he's loose because I have to hook him up to this. All right, so let's put the screws back in now that everybody's flush and happy. Okay. All right, and this washer is from the old one that broke. Okay, this washer here. And be careful you don't lose this if you're trying to do the hack and try to seal it back. Okay, don't lose this guy. You need that guy. All right, so now let's put these guys back in. Let's put him back in, and let's put him back in. Screws. All right. And if the color doesn't matter to you when it comes to that replacement part, don't worry about it. They all fit. All the generation, or Centria or Avalier, all the pedals fit the same. All right. It's just a color scheme, and if the color doesn't matter, I like to get the generic ones because sometimes you have the exact one and sometimes you don't. Okay, but it works all the same as long as it works. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're all set. All right. Then you get your foot pedal here, foot switch, and you snap it in. Oh, before I go any further with this foot switch, sometimes, and I covered it before, sometimes these guys would get a little bit wide. Okay, this part here, 1, 2. And what you can do is, honestly, believe it or not, just a little bit of flame, okay, and a little vice grip or something to squeeze it back in place. So you kind of use the flame to soften the plastic. You know, you're not trying to burn the thing, and then you kind of squeeze it back so you can have that that tension. It's nice and tight, and then you can put it back on. Okay, if you find that you're trying to put it on and one is going down and the other's like real loose and it keeps popping up, that's not ideal. You want them both to be tight here so you can properly do this. Cool? All right. And I'm almost done. Right? So all of this is on. We didn't have to take this off. We didn't have to take anybody else off. This is on. This is good to go. This is good to go. It's set. Next up, you get your body. You put your body back on. Okay, this is a little dirty, but I have to clean it later. Put your body back on, and if you're working with a diamond edition, you just want to slide this in first. You want to slide this part in first, okay? The little switch on the side. Make sure that guy's in first, and then let me see if I can move this guy back some so you can see it better. Move these guys out of my way. Okay, and then you just put this back in, right? Get your screws. These are for the folks that's gonna do it at home. There's a lot of people that even if they see the video, they may not do it, and that's perfectly okay, man. Like some guys know how to do their brake pads, and it's like, you know what? I don't have time. I mean, I'll pay someone to do it. I like to do these things myself, so that's me. You know, that's your personal preference. But it's still good to know, man. You know, good to know things like that. It's just good to know. I think there's something about knowing how to fix or how to build, how to draw, how to create. It stimulates your mind, right? Keep your mind fresh. Keep it young. Okay? All right, so now... You know who impresses me, man? The people that would make those miniature ships, you know, and they'll take the time and piece it together, man, you know. What show I used to watch back in the day that the guy, every show, they show him working on his boat. My God, what is it? Was it CSI or and what was the guy? The Navy show, NCIS, I think it is, and the whoever the head of the team was, every show he's like sanding his boat, you know, he's working. He goes there to think. I come here to think. I come in. This is my getaway, and I'm thinking with you guys. All right. Okay. So the last part is we're just securing this stuff. Okay, and just like that, we swapped out the pedal in the back for the transmission, and we're good to go. Okay, so guys, I hope my ape friends didn't offend anybody, but if you're offended, take it on the chin. Don't be so easily offended. Our society relies on, well, not our society, but a lot of people in our society relies on people being easily offended and getting their feelings hurt, and they kind of feel like the feelings should guide our culture. And it's like, you know what? No, what's better is that we learn to be mentally tough, and we teach our kids to be mentally tough and make good decisions. Okay, so that's where I come from with this stuff, and hopefully when I take a few minutes and I talk about this nonsense and things like that, you guys don't think that I'm just going off course. It's part of my channel, and it's part of the way I look at things. All right. So now I have one movie I want to. There's a movie I wanted to see, and there's one that I saw. I saw a meme on it, and I just thought it was. I hope the movie is good. If the movie is good, the memes were just a little poking at it. But if the movie sucks, it's gonna stick. Okay. I want to see Ballerina. I said I wanted to see it. I'm not sure. I'm not expecting it to be as good as John Wick. And I also want to see The Predator. I saw the Predator for Killer of Killers. I thought it was pretty cool. The Viking lady was really, really strong. Really strong lady. I'm not. I can only imagine what her husband would have to be like for her to, because she is real intense. But it was a good show. I mean, you know what I mean? She's kind of want to sit down right there. I'm gonna take my clothes off. I'm gonna take it off and don't move until I get back. That kind of lady. Well, let me show you this one. This one, man, this one had me cracking up. Someone put this meme up with Schwarzenegger in the original Predator and this new one they're trying to put out there, and I'm like, all right, maybe the makeup, I don't know, maybe let's watch the movie and see if it works, But yeah, I can see why. I can see why the old Predator people that's down with the old Predator would look at this one and say, "What are you guys doing?" But maybe there's a purpose for it. It might be a good movie. So far, the Hulu's been doing a decent job with Prey and with this with the one from Killer of Killers, and yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed Killer of Killers. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what this one do. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you later. Thanks. Don't forget to leave your comments. And if you have a question about a machine, I'll be more than happy to answer it. I'll see you guys on Saturday where we'll have one. All right, take it easy.
Yes!